Iran opposed Western use of humanitarian values as a pretext to intervene in other countries' affairs, including Ethiopia. Iran ambassador to Ethiopia, Samad Ali Lakizadeh, said, "The ambassador said that humanitarian values are valuable to all of us and should not be reduced to new colonialism tools to serve Western interests of interventionism. Therefore," he said, his country believes that the Western pretext of humanitarian issues, exerting pressure on Ethiopia, is illegal and unacceptable. According to him, some Western countries don't like to see strong, independent, sovereign Ethiopia, which he said is the main reason why they kept on putting pressure on Addis Ababa in a pretext of the humanitarian issues. He said some Western countries have real problem with a true independent country like Ethiopia and Iran, which have enjoyed a long-standing true independence and self-rule. Being known throughout history as an independent country in Africa, Ethiopia has never submitted itself to colonialism, he elaborated. Ambassador Lakizadeh said Ethiopia's independence has always been inspiring anti-colonialism movement in the world, especially in Africa. Experiencing 42 years of all the types of Western pressure and sanction, Iran is now witnessing all types of Western pressure exerted on Ethiopia under the pretext of the human rights, he said. According to him, Libya, Syria, Yemen, Afghanistan, and many other countries were invaded in the pretext of humanitarian issues, but the West left those countries in a much worse state than they were before the invasion. Ethiopia's strength to fend off Western intervention will undoubtedly inspire and teach many countries to follow suit in overcoming external tyranny and new colonialism, he added. The case of Ethiopia could serve as an example to stand against the new form of colonialism, he said.
Based on their nature, their imperialistic, their tyrannic, their colonial nature, they don't like the independent countries, which Ethiopia is, one of the independent countries in the world. This is from one hand. From the other hand, not only Ethiopia was always through the history independent countries and inspiring country for the other countries, especially for African countries, but also at the moment also, Ethiopia and Ethiopians tries to maintain their independence, trying to keep their sovereignty. They are attached to their own traditions, beliefs, culture, civilization. Then Ethiopia could serve as another example to stand against the new forms of the neocolonialism.
According to him, after the Second World War, the time of direct colonialism was over. Since the US came late and being unable to reestablish colonialism in its previous form, they resorted to neocolonialism and started to use interesting human values and democracy as a pretext for their interventionist policy, the ambassador elaborated. If Ethiopia strongly emerges from the current quagmire, it will definitely inspire many African countries to free themselves from the tyranny of neocolonialism, which in his opinion is the main reason that the West is exerting maximum pressure on Ethiopia. Citing Iran's experience in fending off Western pressure and sanction, he said his country has so much to share on this regard, which his country is willing to share it with Ethiopia and any friendly country. Despite all Western pressure, he said his country has made lots of advancement in several fields of science, including defense, cybersecurity, nanotechnology, biotechnology, satellite, and agriculture. He said Iran is willing to share its expertise to its allies.
For sure, there is lots of lessons to be shared, not only with Ethiopia, but also with other friendly countries, independent countries. Lots of lessons, lots of experiences, lots of information we can share with the Ethiopian friends. But of course, believe me, it cannot be disclosed in a televised interview. We need much more contact between our authorities, officials, to exchange views and information and experience in this regard.
Despite Iran and Ethiopia signing memorandum of understanding on a number of issues, he said there is a much room to revamp the relationship to push it to a much desirable level, he added. Ambassador Lakizadeh said Ethiopia and Iran shares lots of commonalities. Among them are ancient history, culture and the pursuit of true independence from foreign elements. Tehran opened its embassy in Addis Ababa 71 years ago, he said, but the people-to-people relationship goes since ancient time, citing the ancient Iranian inscriptions about Ethiopia.